problem because this new tariff is basically an attack on the poor, and it's going to make it very difficult for not only businessmen, wholesalers, and retailers, but also for the average working class person to be able to discharge and extinguish their expenses on a daily basis. We think that what the government ought to be doing in these times, as you know, the U.S. is in recession. Certainly the Bahamas is in recession. What the government ought to be doing in these times is not increasing taxes, but rather decreasing taxes to the poor and the middle class, and increasing spending by investing in infrastructure. That is what a responsible government does during a recession. They don't tax the poor, and it seems it's been a habit in our country to, every time we're short of money, to go after the poor. We believe that a national development plan, if it had been developed at this stage, that we would have been prepared for these anomalies in our economy. As you know, the IMF, we've looked at the newspapers today, the IMF projects that if there is a 20% increase in fuel oil prices or in prices worldwide, that could literally wipe out our foreign reserves in a matter of months. If you're talking about foreign reserves or money supply decreasing and a corresponding increase in consumer prices, which this new tariff will give us, then you're talking about a possible increase in inflation. If you're talking about an increase in inflation when the money supply is low and inflation is going up, then it is possible that we can get to the point where people are going to start to talk about a devaluation of our currency. So it's very important. This is not political. This is not politics we're talking about today. As we get into celebrating our independence, we're here as Bahamians because this new tariff, the way it's being implemented, much like how the local government election was implemented, the failed local government elections, this is not being implemented in a way where it's going to benefit Bahamians. First of all, customs officials are taking the brunt of trying to explain to average Bahamians how this thing works. The business people don't know how it works, so they don't know what cost to pass on to average Bahamians. And the government is getting off scot-free. So we thought that we should come here today, during this time, to explain to the Bahamian people that we have a serious, serious problem about to take place in this country. A 3% across the board on 160,000 items, paying an additional 10% coming through the airport and coming through the hub if you bring in items as baggage is a serious matter in this country. Because if we see a significant increase in consumer prices, and if we see a corresponding decrease in our money supply, then we are headed down the wrong road in terms of economic development. And so we're calling on this government to be responsible, to do what is necessary to adjust this tariff. And if you have to do, like what we did with the local government elections, put it off until you get it right, then they need to do that because it's going to affect too many people in a negative fashion.